I'm Zach. We're here at 321 East 12th, and to show off this really, really spacious kitchen in the East Village with a window in it, we're going to prepare a traditional French chicken thigh dish, also known as Chicken Coq Au Vin. Hope you guys enjoy. We're going to start by rendering the bacon. A lot of people get the pan really hot and put the bacon in. That's not what you want to do because bacon is a large percentage fat. So what we do is we put it on a low setting and we let it slowly render out. And we just put a little bit of olive oil in there just to kind of protect it from sticking. Bing, 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 bing. This is going to end up braising, so it doesn't need to be super crispy. You just want to have a nice brown on it. There's a lot of meat that gets stuck to the pan, and that's the beauty of cooking with wine, is it deglazes it. I'd say the number one rule in cooking is no color, no flavor. With mushrooms, for example, mushrooms are like sponges. You do not wash them with water. They'll never brown. They'll become soggy, they'll become chewy. I leave them out uncovered in my refrigerator. They're bone dry. Same with the chicken. You take the chicken out, you wash it, and you leave it in the refrigerator to get bone dry. That's how you get beautiful crispy skin, and that's how you get that beautiful concentrated flavor. The most delicious piece of the chicken is usually the cheapest. You just have to know how to cook it. We're gonna salt liberally, and the key to salting is go from above. So you get a nice even distribution, like this. Let it rain salt. Bacon's coming out now. Scrape it all around. Ooh. So now I bring the temperature up. But we're putting in room temperature chicken thighs, and as soon as you put them into the pan, it's going to reduce the heat drastically. You're going to take them like this and be careful, and you lay them away from yourself. And then I do 4 at a time because we're going to cook 6 at a time when we braise them. But just to get the beautiful brown on it, you don't want them to stick. Right when you put them in, give them just a little tiny move, just a little tiny, right when you stick them in. And then after that, try not to touch them. So that's why we're doing this first, as opposed to just going straight into the braising process. We're going to remove it. And it's important that whatever you put in, you don't put a paper towel because this chicken's going to rest and a lot of the flavor is going to drip. So I like to use the top of whatever we're braising in to collect everything. Now we're going to add our bone dry mushrooms. We do a rustic cut. This is a quartered cut mushroom. And the same with the onions. Like this, like this size, these size onions right here. And all this goes in here, and then we're going to turn up the heat because like anytime you add something to the pan that's room temperature, it drastically lowers the heat. By the time this dish is done, you won't even need to clean it because it reduces itself. It's a self-contained dish. A lot of people are scared of the bottom of the pan looking like this, and when we deglaze, all those bits of beautiful flavor are going to end up reincorporating themselves back into the dish. So when we're about 50% done with the browning of the vegetables, I throw the garlic on top. We're getting there. The sexiest part of the dish. So I'm going to turn up the heat very high right here because this is some white wine that's been in the refrigerator, and we're going to reduce with our white wine. Turn up the heat, and you really want to burn off the alcohol. Once this gets going, the steam comes up. You give it a deep smell like that, deep. If it burns the top of your nostrils a little bit, just a touch, it means that there's still alcohol burning off. So this is going to boil. You want it to come up to a simmer like this. You want it to start bubbling. I'm not too big on seasoning. I like just a little bit of fresh thyme, and I'm going to throw that in. Finally, we get to add the chicken back in. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our chicken thighs and we're just going to rest them. Just rest these suckers right on top. Ooh. And you can jam them into the pot now because they've already been browned. This is why I use the top because like you still have all this chicken fat and flavor. You don't want to waste that. That goes right back in there. Oh, that's going to go right back in. We don't waste anything. So what you're going to do is we're going to add enough chicken broth. So we're going to cover these chicken thighs almost like they're alligator heads poking out of a swamp. You know, you don't want them totally covered. Then the skin won't be crispy. So we want them like this, but you want to bring it back up to a boil, and that's when we transfer it to the oven. Just stick it in here. Ooh. And we're going to check on that baby in 30 minutes. All right, we've been cooking this for about an hour. I can usually tell when it's done by how much the fluid's reduced, and this fluid's reduced substantially, so it's looking pretty freaking good, if I do say so myself. Ooh, look at that. And everything is reduced down, and you have this beautiful, fragrant, succulent chicken dish. Ping!
Well, Zach, thank you very much for this delicious, succulent meal. And thank you for joining us for our first episode of We Don't Have a Name for the Series Yet. But if you'd like to share what your thoughts are, how we should name the series, what we should name the series, please comment below. And if you like the space, the kitchen comes with the apartment. The apartment is going to be on the market. It's for sale. There's going to be a link below. Take a look if you want to see the rest of the apartment. And if you're interested, give us a call. We'd love to have you.